Hi, I'm Polly Schumacher, and this is my co-host, Polly Shoemaker. And this is Polly and Polly on the History Channel, where it all goes down! Today we'll be playing the history game. We have some very special guests, including John Winthrop, Anne Hutchinson, Roger Williams, George Hillington, a pilgrim from the Mayflower, and Old Mary Sue the Witch. First, we have the very first governor of the Puritans, elected by the General Court, John Winthrop.
Hi, I'm John Winthrop. It's true, I was the first governor of the Massachusetts Bay Colony, and I was chosen by the General Court.
Speaking of General Court, what is it, Mr. Winthrop?
The General Court helped run the colony, and it represented the needs of the people, and it elected the governor, me, and my assistants.
That's really interesting. Now, we have a question for our audience. How did settlers make money in the New England colonies? Here is our first member to be called on.
I'm Kristen.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. Just watching my favorite new show ever.
So, do you know how settlers made their money in the New England colonies?
I think I do. I think they made money by fishing, trading, and building ships.
You got it. Tell her what she's won, John.
You've just won a Polly and Polly travel mug signed by me, John Winthrop.
Awesome!
Thank you for participating, Kristen. Now, I have a question for you, John. Where would the New England colonies be located today?
They would be in Maine, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Rhode Island.
So, what was the wind and weather like in the New England colonies?
The soil was rocky and poor for farming. The climate was harsh with freezing winters.
Well, thank you for coming in, John.
It's been a pleasure.
Now, our next guest is Anne Hutchinson. She's with us to talk about the roles of women in the New England colonies.
Women were really important to the colonies. We cooked, sewed, cared for livestock, and carried water. We also made soap and butter.
Can you tell us a little bit about you and what you did in the colony?
I had some very strong views about religion that got me kicked out of the colony. I left and helped found Portsmouth in Rhode Island.
Thank you for coming in, Anne.
My pleasure, Polly.
Our next special guest is George Hillington, a pilgrim from the Mayflower. He came on a very treacherous journey. Now let's welcome Mr. Hillington.
Hi, Polly. It's great to be here.
I'm glad. Let's get started. Can you tell us about the Mayflower?
When the Mayflower left England in 1620, we arrived in the New World. Then we signed the Mayflower Compact. It was a legal contract in which we agreed to have fair laws to protect the general good. I came up with my wife and 2 kids.
Speaking of kids, how was the education in the New England colonies?
Parents wanted their kids to be able to read the Bible, so a school had to be founded in every township of 50 families.
Now we have a quiz for our audience. First person to answer correctly gets a prize. Here's our first participator.
It's me again, Kristen.
Oh, I remember you. Well, we have a quiz you would like you to take.
Okay, I'm ready.
First question. What percent of men and what percent of women could read and write by 1700 in the New England colonies?
I'm going to say 70% for men and 45% for women.
Correct. Your second question is, what is the name of the first university in the colonies?
Harvard.
Yeah. Your second question is, what is the... I'm sorry, we just did that. Here's a bonus question for you. What year was it started in?
I think it was 1636.
You are on a roll. You just won a day in the studio with us.
Polly!
Thanks for coming in, Kristen. Now give it up for Minister Roger Williams. Hello there, Polly.
Hello there, Polly.
Hello. We would like to know about religion in the New England colonies.
Oh, where's my first outfit? The religion in the colonies was Catholic and Christian. We, the Puritans, wanted to reform or purify the Anglican Church. Pilgrims, on the other hand, wanted to separate from the church, hence the names pilgrims and separatists. I mean Puritans and separatists.
That's great. So what was your role in the religious community?
I was a minister and I didn't agree with the leadership in the colony, so I called for my church to separate from the other congregations. I criticized the general court for taking from the natives without paying them. I was forced to leave Massachusetts, so I founded Rhode Island.
That's great, Mr. Williams, that you stood behind your beliefs.
Thank you. It was jolly good fun to be here.
That's great. Now for our most anticipated guest. Our most anticipated guest. She's been through high and low, through years and years of practice and hard work at what she does. She never quits, and she's old. Now, old Mary Sue the Witch. Thank you.
Thank you. It's so great to be here.
Well, let's jump right in. So what were the Salem witch trials?
In the 1690s, innocent people were accused of being witches.
So why exactly did they occur?
Some were acts of rebellion, some people just wanted attention, and some were because of jealousy.
Wow, who knew? Can you end with telling us ways to get rid of witchcraft?
Sure. One way was by passing your trial through a hole in a natural object, like a tree. Another way to prove innocence was by saying the Lord's Prayer without mistakes, which I can do, by the way.
Oh.
A final way was to say a rhyme to get rid of toothaches, fevers, warts, and wounds.
Excellent. I'm so glad you could be here today.
Thank you. It was almost as fun as being in a broom factory.
Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. This is Polly and Polly on the History Station,
Where it all goes down!